In this session, we will understand Java abstraction, and this is one of the most important part of OOPS concept in Java. So basically, abstraction provide the high level functionality. So in this, we just focus on the functionality, not how it works under the hood. Like when you use any remote, user generally interested in knowing the functionality, not how this functionality work under the hood. For example, any you can take any example, like if you want to operate the TV with remote, then just you need to know how you can increase or decrease the volume, switch on or switch off the TV, and some other functionality. And you really not interested how the functionality or mechanical parts work under the hood. So even it's not your job to know that. In the same way, client in software, client mainly interested in their functionality, not how Java code works under the hood. They are not interested. And also some other languages and some other things, like Java is a backend system and outer world interact with Java, like some other programming language can interact with Java using REST API and some messaging mechanism like Kafka, Rabbit, and some other messaging tools. So they all only interested in abstraction part. So they just need an interface through which they can interact with Java system. So abstraction provide a high level functionality to the client or user. Using that, client or user can interact with the Java system. So in this, Java provides the special keyword to make the things abstract. So and abstract can be used. There is a keyword, as I already said, that this abstract keyword can be used with class, method. So this is the important part. So let's understand in detail with the help of example. So we have already discussed what is abstraction. So abstraction is the functionality of OOPS which show only the functionality and hide the internal implementation of the system to reduce the complexity of the user. In simple word, I have already mentioned that user should know what an object can do. User should not worry about how it works. And abstraction, what abstraction can do, it reduce the complexity, improve the readability, and it also make the code easier to maintain. It allow implementation details to change without affecting the user. Because implementation is happening under the hood, so client or user does not bother about that. Also, it helps in designing clean and reusable system, because it's just an interface. So we can and even top level management can design a system which can be implemented many ways and even in many languages under the hood, and they can interact with some interfaces like REST endpoint or any messaging system or some other mechanism. So in Java, abstraction can be mainly achieved through the abstract class and interface. And abstract keyword can be used with abstract method, and class. And abstract class can have abstract method and non-abstract method, and also it can have instance variable as well as constructor. So thing is that abstract class is similar like any concrete class, but abstract class is marked with abstract keyword, and it can have both abstract and non-abstract method. And one big difference is that abstract class objects cannot be created. So abstract class always work as super class, means that if you want to use the functionality of any abstract class, then you must have to extend in any classes and then create the object and use the abstract class functionality. Also, interface is an example of abstraction, and interviewer sometimes asks what's the difference between interface and abstract and how it is similar. So this kind of question generally asked, so you should note the differences very well. So first thing is that abstract provides 0 to 100% abstraction, whereas interface provides 100% abstraction. Even now interface can have also some functional, means non-abstract kind of method, not we can say that it's a normal instance method, but nowadays in new Java version, interface can also have default method and a static method, but it must be means other than that interface only has abstract method, whereas abstract class can have both abstract and non-abstract method. So thing is that for interface you don't need to mark a interface with abstract keyword. It's indirectly is abstract, means any interface is like abstract. So let's understand this with the help of concrete examples, and I have prepared for you some examples so that we can understand the things in no time. So I have opened one example, it's related to vehicle, and you can see here we have marked the class with abstract. This is the mandatory things. To declare any class abstract, you have to use this special reserve Java keyword abstract. So here is abstract class vehicle, and it has two instance variable like brand, model, and it has also constructor. You can see here it's something like a normal Java class, but difference you can see here it has abstract keyword. And another thing is that abstract class can have a abstract method and non-abstract method. When we say non-abstract, means it doesn't have abstract keyword. So one thing keep in mind, when you use abstract keyword with any method, you cannot have the method body. Like here a start marks with abstract, so you cannot have this body for this start method, it will give the error. So I am removing this one and just giving semicolon. So here is the abstract method, and this is a non-abstract method. So this start method, basically implementation is not provided here. So outer world can directly call a start method, but its actual implementation lies in different class. Okay, so this is the thing. So this way you can create the abstract class. So I think now it's clear. Abstract class can have abstract and non-abstract method, and abstract class must be marked with abstract keyword, and it can have constructor, but its object cannot be created. Suppose if you try to create the object of this class, it will give error like a vehicle. And if you try to create the object like any no concrete class, it will give errors. Here you can see. I'm removing this part. So you can see here it's giving error. But if you do the same thing in any concrete class, like here this car class is not abstract, so you can create the object for this class, and just I am changing here it with car, and it will not complain. Now you can see here you can create the object for this class, and here you can see here it's a giving error because this is a no argument constructor, but this class cannot have any no argument constructor, so it's giving error. So to reduce this error, just you can add car constructor like car here. So 1 minute. And one other thing, it's giving error, so just I make you understand. This is also one important thing. Here if you declare no argument constructor like car, then implicitly Java have super keyword. Even if you don't mention, even though it will have super keyword implicitly, you don't need to declare. Under the hood JVM calls use super keyword to call the super class constructor. But here problem is that if you it's a super class, car super class is vehicle here, and this vehicle class does not have no argument constructor, because super keyword always called super class constructor only. So here is a no such no argument constructor, so it will give error. Now I have also added here no argument constructor in super class vehicle. Now error is removed now. So this is the thing, important thing. Java indirectly uses super keyword, and it's a very first statement in Java. Very first statement means that you can mention anything after super but not before the super. This is the rule. You can print anything like hello, but this statement will be the next statement of after means super, means before super you cannot put this. If you try to give error, it will give the error, and this is the important thing. You have to do the practice and remember during the interview, because interviewer asks this kind of things, how your concept is clear with the concept or with the abstraction. So this kind of thing you should keep in mind. So this is the things. So I have here no argument constructor, and here it is this I have overloaded the constructor, and second constructor has 2 argument, and you can create the object for this one like here, and here I have also created. So if you run this program, then what will happen? It will first call this method car, and then here super will call this one. So if you print here like just I am running, and then will print, so that it will be easy for you to understand. So I am just printing here vehicle constructor vehicle no argument constructor, no arg constructor. Okay, and also I am adding here car no argument constructor. So if you call this one, means run this program, then what will happen? It will first call this super. As I said, it will first call here this one will came here, and then super will call this super class constructor. So first it will print vehicle no argument, and then this block is finished now. Then it will again back to here, means it is finished now, and then it will print this one, and after that it will do other things. Like if you want to call any method like a start or some other method or a stop, then you can call it and it will work like that. So this is the thing. Even here I am removing this super, even though this output will be same, no change, because implicitly JVM uses it. So I am removing it. You can see here vehicle no argument constructor, so you don't need to mention. If you want you can, but if you don't want, then you can simply remove, make it comment it out just. So another class I have created like bike, and it also extend vehicles, and it override this start method, because here overriding a start is mandatory, because this is the abstract method. So all subclass must have to implement this abstract method, and this is non-abstract, then it's optional. They can override, it depends on and requirement. Based on requirement they can override or not, but this is mandatory, means any method marks with the abstract keyword, then all subclass must be implemented. So you can see here car class also implemented this start method, and bike also implemented. If you don't implement, means provide the implementation, then it will give the error like here, because if you don't implement or override this method and just you call a start, then what it will print? It will print nothing. If this method will get called, then it doesn't have anything. So it's some very mandatory things. All abstract methods must be implemented in subclasses. So that's the important thing, means abstract method implementation is always provided by the subclass. So that's the thing, and I am running this program also, means this another same examples have two main methods, even in the same file. Here is a file, basically it's a Java file. In this if you have multiple Java classes within the same file, then you can have multiple public static void method. Java will not complain, but you can run it. Only one method, main method will be executed at the same time. So this time I am just running this program, so it will print the things and do the things whatever it inside this main method. So here I have created the car object, here bike object, and then I have called this car and bike start and stop method, and it is printed the thing. So this is the one example. Another example I have also created for you, like a smart device. So I am just running this one. So a smart device, like suppose we have one smart device, and it has some property like device name is on or off, like that, and some abstract method like turn on, turn off. Suppose we have a smart device, it's a basically one common, it will provide one common interface, and if, if you extend this class, basically a smart device class, to fan, then fan will provide the specific implementation for turning on and turn off the fan, because fan has different way to on and off. In the same way, light has different way to on and off, even both running with the help of electricity, but its internal mechanism is totally different. In the same way, air condition. So the thing is that user doesn't bother about how air conditioner or light or bulb will work. They will just simply call turn on, turn off method, and it will provide the functionality without knowing the internal implementation. So what user will do? User will only call this a smart device turn on and turn off method, and based on object subclasses method will be called. So you can see here, so I have created a smart device, fan object, and then here light object, and then air conditioner object, and here we are calling all devices method, and it will work like that. So this is the another example of interface. So in interface means in abstraction, basically we provide the just functionality, and its implementation are provided by the subclass to make the thing simple. So this is the another example of abstraction. So I hope you understood Java abstraction, and I also will request you to go in depth with the practice, and it's a very important feature of Java. So you need to understand all 4 pillars of OOPS concept before going to the interview. So thanks friend, we will meet in the next session. Bye for now.